Well, welcome to the election watch party here on PJNET. The cruise crew is gathered, and we have representation at the live event itself. On the phone with me is Sunbelt Girl. Many of you know her as Barbara. Barbara, you've been busy all week. Where are you right now?
I'm in Columbia, South Carolina at Ted, I don't know what you call it, but where he's going to come out and give his speech. We're at the South Carolina Fairgrounds in Columbia.
Wow. It's been an exciting week, I bet. Can you just give us the highlights?
I just want to say a prayer, because right when we were just getting here at the mall right beside the fairgrounds, there was a police shooting. There's one in Mississippi this afternoon, one in San Francisco. So just keep those people in your prayers. But I guess the big news of the night is Jeb Bush has suspended. You must have just heard it.
Right, just moments ago. Yeah. Moments ago that happened.
So the crowd went wild over that, but they were very respectful and thanked him. We're waiting on Ted to show up. I imagine he would wait till Trump, and they're going neck and neck, him and Rubio, back and forth, as you can see. But it's been wild here, and it's amazing, and I'm so glad. I can't even hardly talk, but I'm so glad that I came. And I can't get internet in here. I can't do a live anything, but it's wonderful.
Well,
and the flags are waving, and there's not as many people here as I thought there would be. They're all bunched up at the front, so there's really not as many as it probably looks like on TV, but we've got news media everywhere. I haven't seen any of the Fox News people, but local ones, but none, like Kyle Cameron's not here or anybody like that, but I'm sure there's somebody here, but I haven't found them yet.
All right.
But it's just great. I'm thinking of you. I've missed all week, but I met a lot of people. A lot of people I met here, we're following each other already on Twitter, and we never knew it. And they know you, and they know Terry, and they know everybody. So I've met some of Terry's buddies and some other people here, and maybe we can get a little connection somehow.
Well, Barbara, I know that I have not been remiss in thanking you for the things you do for PJNET, but never before have I appreciated you as much as this week when I didn't have you, because there's just a lot of stuff that you do, and I was, I'm just struggling to keep everything afloat, and without your help, it really makes a big difference. So, and I'm just glad to hear that you were able to go, and I know that we've got representation there, and we've got a room full of people here. We are pounding out.
Make sure you give a shout out to you all, and Glenn, I hope you're there, and Terry, and just everybody. I can't even think your names. I'm so excited. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. The other day, I went to the Republican Women's Luncheon, and everybody got to meet him, and I was so nervous in line. I didn't know what I'd think. I kept wanting to call Mark and get a profound thing to say to him or ask him, because you put things in such perspective. So it gets to be my turn, and I don't know. He just reaches over to shake. I had my thing for him to sign, and he reached out to shake my hand, and I forgot to get his signature. But he leaned right to my shoulder, and he wanted to hear exactly what it was I wanted to say to him. He did that to everybody, not just me. He's so genuine. And I said to him, I'm with PJNET, and we do all your Cruise Crew hashtag rallies. And he said, you guys are awesome, and keep up the good work. And I got out of there. I was shaking on the inside of me for all afternoon. And I called Mark, and I'm like, where the heck are you? You never answer the phone when I need you. I didn't want to forget his words. And I didn't even call my husband. I just called Mark, because my husband's all for Donald Trump. So I called Mark because I knew he'd appreciate it, and I didn't want to forget the word. And I'm just so happy that I'm here, and I wish everybody could feel that way. And I'm sure you've been in your own situations like this, but it's just great. And he's just opened up. The breaking news is they weren't really going to compete in Florida, but they just opened up today 10 branches.
Yeah,
10
given
offices.
the news, that's a game changer for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Rubio's still a little bit ahead. That's all we're praying for, is he beats Rubio.
Yeah, well, the battle for second is important tonight, and of course, if it's close enough, they'll wind up with the same number of delegates. So if it's just a few votes off, it won't make any difference at the end of the day. But of course, we want to win as big as we can. And well, Barbara, I'm happy for you. Just to briefly let you know, Bonnie is here in the chat room. Canton Tweet, Dan's here. Jill Steens Hamilton, Lib's Nemesis. Natalie Texas, Patriot Ginger, Ross B. One for Us, Savvy Consumer, and Terry G. Wright and myself, and we've got 6 others that are not logged into the chat, and it's going to be for a night that has no scheduled event. We sure do have a lot of people here.
I'm telling you, it's wonderful, and I love you all. I went to the Conservative Review Conference on Thursday night with a no-show Rubio, but actually, he was at the event, and 5 minutes before it was his turn to come out on stage, he left. Said something came up, but he left. He was there. Trey Gowdy and Tim Scott were out in the audience, to support him, and he just left. He left. No.
Wow.
But Mark Levin, Mike Lee, I'm telling you what, Louis Gomer, I could just hug him to death. He's so wonderful. He gives such a good speech and passionate with tears in his eyes. He is just amazing, and we've got to do something for him because he's going to be running. He's got an opponent, and we've got to keep him in there.
There you go.
But I'll let you go on that note, and we'll be winning here tonight, I hope. So.
Well, Barbara, you are a champ, and we are fortunate to have you there, not only representing PJNET, but also getting boots on the ground reports back to us tonight.
Oh, and I just wanted to say one other thing, if I can.
Sure.
All these gentlemen were here that are running. They were in South Carolina today, except for one person. That was Senator Ted Cruz. He left South Carolina and went to Washington to attend the funeral for Judge Scalia.
Oh, yes.
And you don't know how many people I talked to today that were so impressed with that. And they said, you only have one chance to make a good impression or to get it right. That was what it was, to get it right. And he did. And we love him for it.
That's outstanding.
So,
outstanding.
And on that note, I'll say good night.
Okay, Barbara.
And I can't wait to get back in the saddle, and I love you all. Thanks, Mark.